Jose. He's a part-time worker and he's a college student. And lately what he's been noticing is that his hours are getting cut. And he didn't understand why. Normally he works around 30 to 35 hours a week, but lately he's only been working around 25. So this is a big issue for him because he already doesn't make very much money. He's also uninsured for those same reasons. His parents can't help him pay for most of his bills, so he takes care of himself. What he did is that he started talking to his friends about this. And all his friends are actually going through the same exact stuff. Part-time workers and college students. They don't watch the news, they don't really pay attention to what's going on, so they don't know why this is happening. And none of them decided to take action and find out what was going on. So you don't want to be like Jose and his friends and not actually put the time in to find some research, and I'll actually tell you why. Adam Edelman, a journalist from the New York Times, found that in the city of Long Beach alone, about 1,600 of its part-time workers are getting their hours cut to fewer than 27 hours per week in an effort to prevent them from actually qualifying from company-offered health insurance. Under the Affordable Care Act, employers aren't required to offer health insurance to anyone working less than 30 hours a week. It also requires any uninsured Californian to actually sign up through Covered California for their healthcare packages. By learning about the Affordable Care Act, you can make informed economic decisions when choosing your healthcare packages. So in this speech, I will inform you about the Affordable Care Act. There's actually three parts in particular that I'd like to talk about. The first part would be how the Affordable Care Act affects part-time workers. Then I'll go over the packages offered through Covered California. And lastly, I'll go over what individual mandate is and exactly how it will affect you after 2014. So first, I'll talk about what the Affordable Care Act is and how it affects part-time workers. So since employers are beginning to cut hours, there's actually been an increase in part-time jobs. This can actually be a benefit for most people. It gives a broader selection of part-time jobs for people to choose from. A big chunk of part-time workers are college students just like you. Tyler Kincaid, a journalist from the Huffington Post, found a recent study released by Citigroup and 17 magazine that states 4 out of 5 college students work part-time. So the Affordable Care Act does help part-time students. It actually, since college students fall between the ages of 18 through 27, they can actually qualify to stay under their parents' health insurance plans up until the age of 26. It also allows colleges and universities to continue to offer high-quality health insurance plans to students as an affordable option. And like I said, since most employers are cutting hours, it not only increases part-time jobs, but it's starting to decrease full-time jobs as well. So that's one of the downsides that will affect part-time workers, especially if they're actually looking to switch to full-time soon. Nancy Woodward, a journalist from the H&R magazine, she actually specializes in the healthcare reform, found that in a recent survey, around 2/3 of large employers will continue to cover part-timers, but only 1/3 of the small employers plan to cover part-timers. So this was a survey from a 2012 Mercer survey of around 1,200 of employers across all the nation. So as far as part-time workers, since they're getting their hours cut, they actually need to start finding health insurance from somewhere else other than their employers. So they need to go through Covered California. So now I'll talk about the packages that are offered through Covered California. Covered California is the health insurance marketplace under the Affordable Care Act here in California. Every single state has their own health insurance marketplace with different plans to choose from. Here in Covered California, there's actually 4 different packages that they offer. The packages would be the Platinum, the Gold, Silver, and the Bronze package. The Platinum and the Gold package would be the ones with the highest monthly premiums. So when you need medical coverage, you actually end up paying less. These plans are specifically designed for people who go to the doctor's office often. And this will save them tons of money in medical expenses since they're going to be going very often. The Silver and the Bronze package would be the ones with the lowest monthly premiums. So when you need medical coverage, you'll actually end up paying more. These would be for healthier, younger individuals who don't need to go to the doctor's office so often. So through these packages, they actually also offer financial help for people, because you know that most people can't afford to pay for their medical insurance, especially part-timers. Since they fall under this category, they can actually apply for Medicaid, because if they make less than the federal poverty level, they can qualify to get some aid through that. So the government provides lots of different help through it. And the exact coverage that each package offers is also on the Covered California website. So all this information is on there. The Platinum package being the one with the highest monthly premium covers about 90% of your overall healthcare cost. The gold package covers around 80%, the silver package covers around 70%, and the bronze package covers 60% of your overall healthcare cost. So all of these packages, like I said, they're all on the website, so you can go on there, enter your income, and it'll give you how much of a discount you can get from it. So from the Affordable Care Act, and the way that that's regulated is that an individual mandate was actually put into place. So it can regulate who's actually purchasing their health insurance or not. So now I'll talk about what individual mandate is and exactly how it will affect you. So individual mandate is actually made so it enforces people and they can actually get their health insurance. If you don't, there will be a penalty starting in 2014. The penalties will start for individuals of annually a tax of $95 a year, $285 for an entire family, $47.50 for children, or 1% of your family's overall income. You actually end up paying whatever is the most, either the 1% or what you would pay individually for the family. By 2015, it's actually going to increase even more than that. 2015, for an individual would be around $325, for a family it'd be $975, and for children it'd be $162. So these are really high rates. Or you're going to pay around 2% of the whole family's overall income. Then again, whichever one's greater. By 2016, it will increase even more than that. For individuals, it'd be $925 annually. For a family, it'd be $2,085 a year. For children, it'll still remain half of what an adult would be. So it'd be around $300. Or you're going to pay 2.5% of your family's overall income. So there are certain exemptions to these. There are people who fall that don't have to pay for these. People who fall into this category would be low-income individuals, religious objectors, people from Native American tribes, prisoners, and there's people who actually can get waivers from the government that are going through hardships and they don't have to pay for this. But there also are consequences for people who don't pay. And who's going to regulate that is going to be the IRS. They're going to regulate to see who's actually paying for it or not. If you don't pay for it, you can actually risk going to jail. The IRS will keep track of that. Although it may seem like individual mandate is something really, really bad, there are some benefits to it. Individual mandate actually makes it so people with pre-existing conditions will be able to qualify for health insurance when previously they weren't able to. It also eliminates lifetime limits, which means that there aren't a certain amount of money that your healthcare insurance can actually cover you for. So there isn't a limit to how many times you can actually keep visiting the doctor's office. So now that I informed you about individual mandate and the Affordable Care Act, you can actually make efficient economic decisions when choosing your healthcare packages under Covered California. So in this speech, I first went over how the Affordable Care Act affects part-time workers. Then I went over what packages are through Covered California. And lastly, I went over what individual mandate is and exactly how to approach it. So I hope that you guys took all of this information and you can use it when you guys are searching for your healthcare packages and whichever ones are best for you. Because most people nowadays don't really care about what's going on, and I hope that you guys take action and actually do something about it. Thank you.